Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandi, author of 10 young adult novels so far. Welcome to week 2 of the Taper Caper challenge thingamabob. I really should not be allowed to do intros. So, if you missed the first video, the Taper Caper is a challenge that my writing group Cool & Cup is doing right now, which I am the co-coach of. And the idea is that generally when we have writing challenges, we get really excited. And so the first week that we do it, we're like on fire, hitting all the goals, whatever. But it does start to peter off as we go. And so we decided to create a challenge that just naturally follows the challenge rhythm. So the first week is the big week, you know, higher word count if you're doing the word count, or show up for 5 days if you're doing the day count. And then the next week you do 80% of what your word count goal was if you're on the word count goal, and you show up 4 days if you're on the day count. And then the third week you show up 3 days, or you show up 80% of week 2's goal for the word count. And then for third week it's 80% of the third week's goal, word count wise, becomes the new goal for the last week, so it's like it's getting lower every single time. And then you only show up for 2 days that week for the day count. I mean, obviously you can show up more if you happen to show up more, but like for the challenge, it just goes like this. Which is not how it's going to go for me, because I only showed up twice in week 1, if you watch that video. But we're going to do all 4 for this week, so it's going to be like urch, and then taper. It's fine. Hi, welcome to week 2. Technically today is Wednesday, but on Monday, because I'm doing the day count and not the word count, because I'm not really drafting, because I'm doing the day count, I just have to show up for my story, my authorness, in some capacity, for 4 days this week. And on Monday, I did some social media batching. Which is only important because I never do social media, you guys. I'm so bad about social media. And I had gotten on track during the October challenge, when we were doing the character challenge. I had started to do some social media things. But then, right at the end of October, like, there was a week I did nothing. And so when the Taper Caper started, I was trying to kick that back into gear again. So on Monday, did some batching. On Tuesday, which was yesterday, didn't do anything. So we've got 1 day so far this week, and we've missed 1 day, so we can't miss any more days. So I'm gonna show up in some capacity today. I don't know what that's gonna look like. And then tomorrow, and I don't know what that's gonna look like. Friday, my plan is to finish the Pro Writing Aid suggestions and edits on Isolate, like done on Friday, so that I can, well, I guess Thursday's gonna be my newsletter, because that goes out this week. I should do that. Okay, I have a newsletter, and then we're gonna finish the PWA edits, and then order a proof copy of Isolation. This is wild. I haven't held that book in my hands since 2016? Question mark? Yeah, that sounds right. Hold on, let me look. Look at this horrifying cover. It's fine. Oh, look, there's notes. Aw, things people said about the book. It's breathtaking. Okay, that was fun. Now I want this page. Oh yeah, 2016. I was right. 2016, which means it's been 8 years since my baby was born, and now she's about to be reborn. I love Cassie's story, so I'm actually really excited about this. Cindy's I have begun to love, and I need to whip it into shape. And Hope I haven't even touched, so I have no idea. But Isolation is going to be so good, you guys. So good. Yeah. Also, the other thing I was doing this week, and I don't know if it, like, counts per se, but the idea is just like showing up, right? And it's supposed to be about your story, but for me it's just sort of like all the author things, because I've been not showing up since like June. So this week I have multiple YouTube videos that I did, like I edited and uploaded on Monday when I was doing social media planning and that sort of stuff. I also edited and uploaded 2 videos. So that was grand. Hi, hello, welcome to Saturday. I didn't film yesterday, but I did show up yesterday and I wrote and sent my newsletter. So, absolutely counts as a day. And now we're on another day, and we're gonna finish the PWA edits and order a proof copy. I don't know if that's today and tomorrow, but it's gonna get done this weekend. I'm so out of breath. I've been sick. Not like super duper sick, but just like slightly elevated temperature and difficulty breathing. So, that's been fun for the last day or 2. Anyway, let's get into it, I guess. Hi, I went through, well, I finished another chapter on the isolation edits on Pro Writing Aid, and I went over to Courage and edited, tweaked the end of a chapter to send to Anya, because she asked for a chapter ending for a Prickle she's leading next week. So I sent her one. I was actually looking through my Robin Hood books first. I was looking through The Legend of the Thief and The Song of the Nightingale. I started with The Song of the Nightingale because I love the opening chapters in that book. And I do feel like each one ends on it like, oh, I have to keep reading, I have to keep reading. But then when I isolated them and like I pulled out a piece, I pulled out the end of chapter 3 specifically, and I was staring at it for a long time and like reading over it or whatever, and then I was just like, you know, without context, I just don't like it as much. And then I was looking at chapter 1, which is decent, and then I was staring at it, I was like, I don't know, without context, I don't know if I like it as much. And then I was flipping through The Legend of the Thief, and all of the Legend of the Thief chapters just, like, end, you know? Like, it wraps up whatever was happening in that chapter, period, put a bow on it. Which was just not what I wanted. I wanted something that was like, oh, I have to know what happens next. Turn the page. Yeah, so then I went back to The Song of the Nightingale, and I was flipping through it, because it has more of those chapters that are like, something happens, and we cut off, and you have to start the next chapter to know what happens. Anyway, so I was reading it, and then I got caught up reading some of, like, the Will Dusty romance scenes, and then I was reading the proposal, and then I was just like, oh, I love this book so much. And then I was like, I'm distracted, this is not working. And then, I pulled out, Isolated, and, I was going through Isolation, the one that's edited and gonna be published, and then I flipped through the Baby Isolated over there, just because that's faster than scrolling through Google Docs, just to see what each chapter ending was originally, and then ones that interested me, I would go look up the isolation versions of it and be like, is this actually as interesting as I thought it would be? Anyway, it was a lot of roundabouts, and then I decided that the Courage chapter is what I wanted to send, because it's real dramatic. But then after I sent it, I second-guessed myself and was like, you know, maybe she really didn't want a dramatic ending, I have to keep reading chapter. Maybe she just wanted a casual, like, this is the end of the chapter, but I am interested enough to keep reading kind of thing, and I should have done The Legend of the Thief once, but whatever, it's too late now, it's been sent. It's fine. I texted her in a slight panic to be like, I sent you a chapter, but also if you want a tamer chapter, it's okay to tell me that. I will find you a different chapter. So now I will just anxiously await any kind of response. This should not have been as big of a deal as it was, apparently. When I saw the initial text, like, 2 days ago, I was like, oh, this is great. I have some great chapters that are like, yes, I want to keep reading. And I thought of The Song of the Nightingale that day. But then when I was looking at them tonight, I was just like, I don't know about this. I don't love it. I do love the chapter that I sent her. Like, I pulled just the end of it, and I was staring at it, and I was like, this is amazing. I'm doing this. But then I was second-guessing it, because it's really dramatic. It's like really, really dramatic. And not all of my chapters are that dramatic. I mean, excuse me. I'm healthy. They kind of are in the dystopian trilogy to some degree. It is a very, like, things are happening and happening and happening kind of story. But this is, like, the most dramatic chapter ending I have ever had, ever, I think. So, I don't know if that's fair or what she wanted, but it's what she's got.
Editing Mandy here. I get any kind of response or validation or anything for the chapter that I am stressing about after having sent it. So I'll never know. I'll never know how she feels about it, and it's fine. I was so concerned about it that I almost just sent her a tamer chapter today. Like, you know what? She hasn't said anything. I'll just leave it alone. It's fine. It's all fine. Anyway, setting that aside, I did show up for the 4 days, so this was a successful week. It was amazing. I did not finish the Pro Writing Aid edits and did not, therefore, order a proof copy of Isolation yet. It's gonna happen soon.